All right. Good afternoon, Sandy. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Daniel, and thanks for this opportunity.
Oh, yeah, you're so welcome. So, we chatted in depth about your experience, about the position. Um, and so now, what I'd like, now that you know about the position, I know about your experience. I have one question for you. Why don't you tell me why you think you would be a good fit for this position?
Well, I think that this position requires a caliber that's necessary in a few different disciplines. So, in order for the customer to have confidence, you need to have detailed understanding of the technical aspects of your product. In order for a comfortable relationship to develop, they need to understand, or they would certainly appreciate, if you were an end user and under what conditions you were an end user. So you have a thorough understanding of why they have that need. Uh, and then you develop that trust with them based on that. If you speak the same language, the same lexicon, and you know how to carry yourself appropriately and get the actual requirements from the customer so that you can translate that on the technical side, so the end deliverable is exactly what they want. Now you need to maintain a certain level of, you know, a certain level of management of expectations with the customer, because sometimes they think you can just pull out a magic wand and produce something immediately, which could be the case for a on-a-shelf product you produce. But if it's in development phase, that communication is key, and gaining that trust is key. I think I bring that. I have a strong record of many years of that. And the clients that I've had over the years are not just clients, they've actually become lifelong friends.
Okay, great. So when it comes to your technical experience, why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, it further looking at the requirements, and after my discussion with you, a couple other things came to light that I discussed with you. When I first joined the Air Force, I went in as a law enforcement officer, and I had an intellect that was required for systems monitoring in special weapons facilities, which included CCTV and a lot of sensors. And I had realized that these products that you're offering would have a market in that area. Looking at the resolution, understanding the swap, the size, weight, and power, I saw that as an opportunity. And then when I was a joint terminal attack controller, I was required in the special operations community to be extremely competent in not only the fixed wing and rotary wing aircraft that we utilized, but also all its systems. Because of the level that I operated at, which took 5 years of training just to perform your job, we were required to conduct testing of new systems that were put into place, like the sniper pod and so forth. We worked with the technical aspects. So I gained that level of expertise. And then when I was recruited into the intelligence community, working with UAVs, which are heavily electro-optical and electro emissions pods, we had to understand its capabilities at a very fine level in order to confirm that the intelligence collection that we were gathering was both accurate and current based on what we were seeing on the screens. So if that resolution wasn't there, the ability to step in or focus out, that confidence in the equipment itself was important. But it went a step beyond that. We were required, in the position that I was in, to have a thorough understanding of the avionics on board the aircraft and the equipment on the aircraft, so that we, at a technical level, so that we could understand what we were seeing and determine if there was resolution degradation as we were moving, and understanding the maintenance process and that sort of thing. So we had the absolute best intel at the time. Oddly, when I took that position, I had no idea that I was going to go in depth to that level. I had moved on into another position, working for USAID, which was kind of strange. I was a trusted agent and known overseas out of embassies and consulates, and I was offered this position to help the people that deploy to semi-permissive environments. And then Ukraine kicked off, and they knew my background, my combat background. They understood my capabilities and experience, and had some idea of my deep understanding of ground combat and aerial munitions. And UAVs became a major issue in Ukraine. So they asked me to put together a rapid prototype training program that included UAV capabilities that were both off the shelf and that were being produced and delivered into theater from the Russians, the Iranians, and out of Turkey, and of course anything that we might provide the United States. We were looking at signature and capabilities, and my intent was to let the ground person know if they see something or hear something, what the capabilities are of that particular thing, and where their danger level was based on the signature. So I felt that with all of this experience and my client capability and technical aspects, I'd probably be a great fit.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I was actually taking some notes when you were talking. I mean, you have definitely the strategic sales side of the role, of course, you know, the OEM and the defense side of the position. You know, we talked yesterday a little bit more about the electro-optics and the thermal imaging expertise. You know, we've got that all on your resume, your defense contacts. And then, you know, of course, being able to make that customer connection, to be able to, you know, walk the walk and talk that talk. So, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the interview, but don't go anywhere. We've got a few more things to talk about.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're so welcome.